Probably have a bit of a weird sight, isn't it? Seeing a Dodge Stratus with a turbo strap to it. Let's talk about it. So how do you make a boring car cool? Or in this case, a slow car fast? Well, you know, just like any reasonable person would do, they would strap a turbo to it. And in this case, you know, a yin-yang spinny thing, a Wuhan war whistle, whatever you want to call it, all those funny names for it. So this car actually belongs to a buddy of mine named Antoine. So he's been in the background in a few videos before. He's best friends with my buddy Isaiah that's in a lot of videos helping me out with stuff. So yeah, this is, you know, his, you know, daily driver, little fun car. Interesting taste nonetheless, but you know, who am I to judge? I drive a BMW and I have a Honda. I'm no better than this. So basically all I'm here for on this car is I'm just doing all the pipe work. So this is kind of our list. So, you know, mount the intercooler. I did that yesterday off camera. Build the charge pipe. I got half of it done over there. Just, you know, needed a coupler. And then I got to build a downpipe, build a mid pipe, and build an intake. So I've already planned these things out for the most part. Just got to get them done. These, you know, we actually just ran and got all that because that stuff is right here. So this is all picked up locally at a shop called SDHQ. Cool shop. Like it's, you know, a truck guy, car guy, fabricators, you know, dream warehouse type thing. But only downside is it's very expensive. So yeah, we got, this is the flange to go to the mid pipe. This is a oil bung for the drain. This is a air feed, or like a vent piece to go from the valve cover to this, you know, for breather. This is for the dump tube. This is for the downpipe. This is for the compressor inlet to, you know, adapt the charge pipe. And this is for the throttle body to the charge pipe that I've already got over here. Yeah, obviously not my tasting car, but that's totally fine because I like working on pretty much whatever. I mean, last week I was doing a Scion XB, same thing, a turbo kit. And right behind me here, we got the 2JZ swapped, you know, ChrisSadowski. So, you know, if it's turbo work, I love doing it. If it's, you know, if it's paying, chances are I'll probably do it. So like I said, I already got cracking on this thing yesterday and I already got the charge pipe made up to this point. I need to get this thing done though. So we're gonna just hop into it. Let's get started. This piece should be the final button up of the charge pipe. So that section is what you just saw me building to go from here to this coupler that is on the compressor up there. So kind of hard to see it, you know, there's just a lot going on. It's so open over here, but then it's so compact over here. So once that's done, while I still have the welder set up for aluminum, I'm probably gonna go ahead and make the intake, which I think I showed you guys. You know, this is kind of touching the fan a little bit. If I didn't show you, I'll show you here in a sec. Made pretty good time on that charge pipe. I think I've been at it for about probably an hour and a half, if that, honestly. So the side over here above me yesterday only took me like an hour to do. So this car was actually really easy. I'm thankful for that. So moving into the intake side of this thing, you can see that's a tight fit. You know, he has the factory, I want to say this is the condenser fan? No, this is the main radiator fan. I believe that should be the condenser fan. Either way, this fan is too big. He plans on changing it later, but for now, you gotta work with what we gotta work with. So, you know, move that. I do have this 3-inch 90-degree coupler that just so happens to fit, you know, granted tight fit, but it does fit. Now, the car's not gonna be making a whole lot of boost. He said around 8 to 10 PSI, and you know, I don't know what size turbo this is, but it's not a very big one, so I don't believe that, you know, 10 pounds is gonna be anywhere near enough to suction this closed. And the reason we have to run an air intake instead of just, you know, a pod filter or a turbo guard is this car is running the stock ECU. It's fully tunable, but it uses this big old mass airflow sensor. So I have to find a way to fit that. And so that is the exact reason I chose to run the charge piping the way I did, close to the transmission. I'm thinking just run a 90 over here and then have the filter in this area and the mass airflow sensor in this area. We're making pretty good progress on this thing. So I already got, you know, we just finished the intake. I just had to add that little fitting onto it right there, so that way this fitting could go to this fitting, you know, just for recycling the air, whatever. Anyway, I need to get some lunch. It's 3:30 in the afternoon, dude. I have only eaten breakfast and a snack, so I don't know. Let's go get some lunch. There's a super good Chinese place right up the street, actually. So I'm gonna go get that. Go get some of that. I can make some chicken and some rice right now. Trying to get them gains, boy. Every time I leave, I always take this stupid pen with me. And keys would help too. Heck yeah, boy. Dude, I am so freaking hungry. This heat's just too brutal, dude. Yeah, it's called Nora Asian Fresh. Place really is super good. Like some of the best orange chicken I think I've had in a while. But let's go back to the shop and get some food in us, and then we'll start on the downpipe, but I can't finish that today. I need paper towels for acetone or towels or something, and then I need to grab something at Best Buy too for video use. All right, break time's over. We're looking at, you know, 10 to 5 in the afternoon right now. I was gonna call it an early day because like I said, I gotta go get paper towels because right now I can't wipe down any of my material because I ran out of paper towels this morning. Totally spaced buying more. And then I was gonna go to Best Buy and get a mic because after that last voiceover video, I'm kind of stoked on doing voiceover stuff. So I want to start throwing that in there and doing more. And you know, doing the computer's microphone isn't very good quality. So I wanted to get a little, you know, tabletop microphone. But anyway, so I can't do that now because the Type R is supposed to be getting picked up this evening now because he's been busy the last few days. So in the meantime, I'm gonna try and keep myself occupied and start on this downpipe. The one that came in the kit, wherever it went over here. I think this one should be a really good starting point, surprisingly. The toaster car that was here last week won't even begin to fit, but this one, I think if I just reclock the flange, I might be able to squeeze it by. Let's find out. And when I mean reclock the flange, I mean because you can see how the turbo is sitting down there. So the flange is supposed to be sitting something like that. That's not where the exhaust goes. The exhaust has to go down like that. So chop it at the flange, clean it up, angle it, see what happens. Downpipe is starting to come together pretty smoothly, so this is basically going to be it. Now I have to weld all the joints and I got to cut up there and put a hole for the O2 bung, but other than that, yeah, this is it. I mean, it's sagging because of the weight of the V-band on the end, but yeah, then we just got to make a section to attach right there. Pretty straightforward, dude. I'm getting pretty hyped on this now. It's looking really nice, and for once things are going kind of easy for me on the car that I thought was going to be the hardest, but thankfully, you know, seems like it was almost made for it, to be honest. So I'm gonna go ahead, pull this off, weld it up, go to town, and then yeah, I guess I can probably, since I'm still waiting for the Type R to go home, make this section next since we got the flanges, and shoot, that almost wraps this up on the car. Alright guys, downpipe is all done. It's looking pretty darn good to me, so look at this thing. Awesome. So it's almost 8 o'clock at night. I'm whooped, guys. I'm gonna catch you in the morning. We'll finish this car up. We'll knock that dump pipe out, the mid pipe, and we'll send her home. We won't be able to hear it, you know, running with the turbo, but it'll be back, I'm sure. So we'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning. So final day. Let's finish up this Stratus, dude. It's a late start to the day. I had errands to run, so it's already, you know, 11:23, and let's look at the weather for the day because it's not feeling pretty good. So right now it's already 109 with a high of 115 today, so I'm not very stoked on that. I don't feel like dying today, so I'm gonna just try and rush this stuff, get it done, get it knocked out, so that way I can call it an early day. I need a break, but you know, just on the way back, got some coffee. Was running behind because I had to go get some, you know, hydration stuff. Swung by Costco, I got a whole bunch of water, and then never had Prime before, but you know, I hear a lot of good things about it, and you know, hydration stuff, so it's got a bunch of coconut water in it, so let's give it a shot. So we're all stocked up, good to go for the day. Let's get cracking. I'm gonna start knocking out this mid pipe first, just because it should be easier, and yeah, I'll update you guys as we get along. Mid pipe came out super minty, and thankfully really quickly. I just finished letting it cool down fully, and that way, because I had this flange bolted to my cooling block over there, so I barely even needed to hit it with the belt sander, and it's not tight because this isn't staying on the car, you know, for the drive home. So the hanger looking pretty mint. I'm getting better at that. It's just, you know, attention to detail, stuff like this is what I'm really trying to practice and focus on. But yeah, so it's all good, all TIG welded, looking mint, much more sturdy than what was on here with that, you know, busted piece of crap. So all that is left for this little car is to figure out some sort of dump pipe. Now because the budget has slightly changed and the circumstances with the car, I don't know that I'm going to be doing the bumper exit if I don't have to, because that's more time, and time is money. So if I can figure out anywhere else to go that isn't the hood, I'm going to do that. Starting here on the dump tube, it's definitely a tight fit with, you know, how weird and crummy this wastegate is. So yeah, I'm trying to dodge it down and over, like you can kind of see down there. So I just got to worry about that AC connector right there, but other than that, you know, it is what it is. So I got some pieces to cut up, and you know, I'm just surprised it even clears right there. I was worried about that. So we're good there. So I think we're ready to, you know, keep moving forward. Alright, dump pipe's looking pretty good. It's just about finished. So I got two little spots of weld where it's bolted to that flange right now. I gotta let it cool. I don't feel like waiting, and it's already about lunchtime. So I'm gonna go grab some lunch, let that cool. When I come back, I'll finish those two little half-inch spots, and this car is done, ready to go home. Dump pipe is finito. Look at that, dude. I am getting proud of myself. We're getting more and more consistent as time goes on. Like, not too shabby. Focus. Focus. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I'm learning that the biggest thing is fitment, and the way to get the best fitment is just the patience side of things. So, you know, it's a mix of things, I guess, but consistency is definitely getting up there. I just finished the last pieces of weld. Let this cool quick. We'll test fit it, see how the whole kit looks, so I can get some install photos for, you know, the social media side of this. And then, you know, I'm wrapped up. This thing's ready to go. We're looking at about, what, 3:30, so not a bad day. I got time to go home and relax a little bit before I come back tomorrow and get cracking on this nugget. Got it all hooked back up. You know, we're looking pretty darn awesome in here. So it is tight clearance down there to the charge pipe. You can kind of see it. So I'm gonna, you know, definitely advise that he wrap it, but there was nowhere else to put it, and again, he didn't want to go into the hood, so this was our best option. But yeah, no, we're looking pretty solid. The height wise, you know, it comes out just, all right there, you can see it in there. So just there by the charge pipe, not too shabby. So, you know, I'd say this thing's pretty much a wrap. That would be essentially a full turbo kit minus, you know, the plumbing. Yeah, and the manifold, but you know what I mean. So I just want to thank you for spending some time out of your day with me on this channel. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. If you're new to the channel, hopefully by now you've considered subscribing. If you ever want to support the channel further, I got new merch on the way very, very soon. Should be in the next like week or two that I release it. I'm very stoked on it. I think it looks great, and I hope you do too. Look forward, you know, to that in one of the next few videos. And yeah, dude, I'm freaking dying in here. It's super hot. My brain's melting. We'll see you in the next one where we do essentially the same stuff with this guy. So do what you love, forget about the rest. We'll see you next one. Peace out.